Soria with Ed Bozart Chevrolet here in Grand Junction, Colorado, and welcome to the 2019 Buick LaCrosse. Now, I'm super excited about this product here. I personally own a Buick, and I have to say the experience it's phenomenal. Now, I don't own this particular sedan. I own actually what we have over here to the left-hand side, which they actually, right-hand side, I apologize. Notice how this is not scripted. But on the right-hand side over here, we're going to have the Buick Envision. That's what I have, but they share a lot of the same similarities, and I really want to introduce you to the Buick one. So, this guy here, being the 2019 Buick LaCrosse, offers a really nice redesign that gives it a little bit more of a sporty edge, aggressive design, more of a, how should I say, lifted stance. So, now let me take you a little bit on a little bit of a tour for the Buick and kind of a couple of the things that they choose to call a couple of their components, which one of the most memorabilic components is what they call as the waterfall. So the waterfall is going to be that nice grille that Buick offers on their vehicles that gives it that waterfall look. And this year they used to do the chrome outlining, but now they're focusing on a little bit more of a different look with the black component there. Now, back in the day, Buick used to have the tricolored emblems, and they finally brought it back. 2016 to about 2012, they went away from that and just have their old emblems, but now they're going back to their roots, which honestly kind of adds a little bit of flair to the car. Now, on this specific vehicle, as you can tell, there's been a lot of redesign to it with a lot of the signature lines onto the body of the vehicle, really giving that nice pop and look to it. Now, specifically on certain models, you're going to have your 20-inch rim that gives you a little bit more into, one, the sport and luxury suspension drive. The whole goal of this is to make that drive magical. A little bit more of a comfortable ride, and as well as a luxurious performance as you're traveling. And if you really want to have some fun with the engine that this puppy has, you're going to be able to use the paddle shifters on the car to give you a little bit more of a sporty performance and at the same time changing it into a sports mode. But let's take a look at the vehicle on the side here. Okay, the side of the vehicle, we're going to have a lot of its curvature and outlinings towards the body, really accentuating the sportiness of the car. As well as a couple of the combination luxury aspects of the chrome outlinings towards the side and the side moldings there, making the vehicle pop. It really gives that nice presentation while you're on the road. Now, once we go to the back here, we're going to see that this specific model here is actually going to be an all-wheel drive model. Now, what's cool about Buick and the GM lines is that Buick offers the aspect of the all-wheel drive or also front-wheel drive. So it depends on you. What works best where you live. Here in Colorado, if you're standing in, the city for Grand Junction, a front-wheel drive works out great. But if you just want that added safety, traveling over the passes frequently over to Denver, then an all-wheel drive might be better suited for you. But that's a choice you guys have to make. Now, if we take a look here, one of the things I mentioned already is that presence of that sports look to it, that stance. Now, right over here, the redesign of the lighting really gives it that new sensation of sportiness, as well as the dual exhausts that we see towards the bottom there. So this is going to give you a little bit of that pop and look to it. Now, a really cool thing, this is kind of unique, get close here, is on the Buick emblem, as soon as you press on that Buick emblem, this is actually what opens up your trunk. Really nifty feature on there, as some of the other vehicles usually have a button underneath somewhere. This has it on the emblem. Pretty cool. So some people don't even realize it until they take it home because they're looking for exactly where that thing is. But unless you watch this video, you already know a shortcut. Now, taking a look here, there's definitely quite a bit of depth. Now, depending on certain models, you'll have a couple bells and whistles that they'll add in there. Okay, specific mats that they'll add on there, depending on what model you pick out. Now, right over here, A couple things that I wanted to point out, and I'm not sure if you saw it once we were looking at the front of the vehicle, but you're going to have little dots around the body of the car. These are your ultrasonic sensors. These guys here help you to use ultrasound technology to tell you how close you're getting to a specific object. So your backup camera is still there, but at any point there's blind spots in that camera, or if maybe there's a post here, or maybe a small child entering that area, or anything that could get in the way, the vehicle's going to give you auditory beeps and let you know of a couple of things there. All right, so this technology allows you to do and keep your vehicle safe without running into any posts. But what I love about this car is since it has such a long body, those are also introduced over to the front end. Okay, now in select models, some of these features will be on there, some of them won't be on there, so it depends on how you like your vehicle equipped with safety features. Now, let's take a look at a couple other things on here. Now, this is probably one of my favorite features. One, I'm not gonna lie, I'm just kind of lazy sometimes. But right over here, you're gonna have your easy entry button. All you have to do is stand outside of the vehicle with your keys with you and press that button. It unlocks the car and it lets you ride on in. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of the internal aspects of this car. Now, if we pay attention, we'll start on the door panel. Now, Buick focuses a lot on the luxury aspect of their vehicles. Their presentation is key. Not only have they redesigned the door to seal off a lot of the exterior noise, but they also want to let you know its visual presence. With the visual presence here, we have wood grain carving here. So this trim here allows you to give a little bit of that look of luxury right on there. Now, in comparison to some other models, here we're actually going to have genuine leather. The leather is going to be right over here, and you're also going to see the stitching there. This really tells you that Buick is focused on the presentation for this vehicle. Now, towards the sides, a convenience factor that we'll see is memory seating. The first button here is to set your seating. You'll set it for a driver 1 or driver 2, and probably one of my favorites, since me and my wife are two different heights. I'm 6 foot and she's about 5'3". So the way we sit is completely different. You can see how that can be kind of a problem. With this, you can go ahead and have the button for an exit position. So as soon as you open your door and the vehicle is off, the seat will automatically move to a comfortable position to exit and leave it ready for the next person to come in. But let's go ahead and dive inside. All right, guys, so now that we're in the Buick, let's take a look at what's going on in the interior and what makes this car luxury, comfortable, and a fun drive. So coming in here, they've redesigned their console to basically emphasize the new technology that they have with electronic precision shifting. So instead of having mechanical shifting here, it's all going to be electric now. This offers the option in certain models to go ahead and have underneath storage, since there's nothing physically there. So you're going to have a pocket of storage here. But with Buick, they have a lot of this nice rounded curvature and also leather finishing with stitching here to really emphasize that. Now, the same moldings that you guys saw before on the doors, you're also going to see right over to your mid-dash here. Now, a couple of things here. It kind of has your cell phone holder there, little pocket change area, and as well with a light press, you have that nice luxurious pop onto your drinks. That's pretty fancy, don't you think? Now, when it comes to the aspect of your drive and comfort, this thing is loaded. So here we have, if we pay attention right over to the leather seats, here we're going to have a premium leather seat here with perforations onto the leather to allow your lower back to breathe a little bit better. as well as adding the heated seats and cooled seats onto this design. Certain models and packages will include that, so double check to make sure that the vehicle that you're taking home has it, or if you don't need it, heck, don't pay for it. Now, why don't you come on inside and join me? We'll take a look at a couple of the really unique things on the infotainment system. Now, if we look at the cluster here, the design the Buick has is simplicity. We want to keep things simple for the driver, so our focus is on us driving forward, making sure everything is safe, and to make things easy while you're in the cockpit. So right over here, we're going to have the IntelliLink through Buick. So this software here allows you, very similar to your smartphone, to access a lot of the popular applications such as your audio, your phone, and the new option is projection. Projection allows you to use Android Auto and as well as Apple CarPlay with your vehicle. It changes the interface to something, heck, that you normally use on a day-to-day basis. Just plug and play and you'll be able to do that. Now, big thing here is with Android Auto, you do have to download an additional application, but we can cover that in a later video. On specific models, you also have onboard navigation and the ability to have Bluetooth text messages go through. What that means is you're driving and you're focusing on the road, you can receive text messages from your loved ones, friends, family as you're driving, but your focus is not on your cell phone. It's on the road in front of you. Now, a couple of creature comforts that we have here is you'll notice the two temperature dials here. Right here, we can change the temperature on the right-hand side. Left-hand side, it's all a matter of preference. But this allows two people to have a different experience as they drive. Heated and cooled seats are available on select models, as well as in this model, you'll have the option for additional safety features. One of the safety features that you're going to have is going to be the lane keep assist. This will automatically use the camera integrated onto right up here onto your gosh guys, I'm having a brain fart here, but right onto your mirror here. So this camera allows you to detect the lines in front of you, and at the same time it allows you to detect any vehicles as well. But the lane keep assist helps you as you're driving 40 miles an hour or more to keep you in the lanes, just in case you have that accident where you're drifting off. Automatically the steering wheel will pull you back in. It works great when you're in a lot of situations where you're driving in a big city and you have 3 or 4 rows of cars, and it keeps you on your toes. Now that feature could be on and off, it depends on you. A couple other neat features here, if you look at it, you can disable your parking sensors for whatever reason you might need. You can just click on those, turn those off, click on that, turn that ability off. But now, with this next feature here, it's a very unique option. This allows your vehicle for self-parking. So literally, this is a really unique feature. So at any point, if you're looking for a parking spot, you'll see some of those sonar sensors on the outside of that vehicle on the side will actually detect whether there's an open parking space, whether you need to parallel park or just park normally. So the vehicle will take the wheel on its own once you press that button, and it'll give you all the instructions that you need to park that car. Now, going into other options and features, this is a push-to-start vehicle. So you're not going to have a key fob, you're going to have your option to start your car here. Now, on the steering wheel, you'll have a couple basic things here to control a lot of your information panel onto your large LCD. Depending on the trim model, you'll either have a digital display or you'll have a little bit of a smaller squared off box there. That will also give you information, but not as luxurious as this. And this is why we're in the Buick, to give you the luxury and the performance. Now, as you notice right on the side here, you're going to have your voice commands, as well as a couple of additional things such as your cruise control settings, your heated steering wheel, because we all know that luxury is not there if we don't have our fingers warm. So right over here, you also have safety components such as the front forward collision. This allows your vehicle to detect if there's a vehicle in your lane. At any point, if that vehicle were to change its speed drastically, the vehicle would warn you and prepare you for impact if it happened to be that. But the whole purpose of this is to keep you safe. As it warns you, it prepares those brakes, and you can brake immediately to prevent a crash. That is why it's called, I'm having a brain fart again. So this is why it's called front forward collision detection. So a lot of this terminology, we have to shove in our heads and brains. So sometimes I can't think properly. But anyhow, couple other cool things is you're going to have your voice commands for answering your phone calls, or just general voice commands to tell your phone, hey, call this person, or hey, shoot a text message. So a lot of really neat features here. Now, what makes this particular vehicle unique is on this side of the vehicle here, you also have what is a heads-up display system. The heads-up display, I really can't show it to you guys on video because what it does is right over here, there's a computer system that reflects an image right onto the glass, and that information, it kind of shows up there a little bit. I'm not sure if you can see it, but right over there, it kind of shows you a bit of information on the display panel. You see a couple of those things. You'll see the 0 for the speedometer there. I'll click through it. You'll see a couple other options of which direction you're going through. The RPMs that are right on there, as you can see that there. A lot of really cool things for your information cluster. Now, most likely, you guys are going to be parking your vehicle inside. So inside here, we're going to have your garage link system there. So to open up a total of 3 different garages. So if you have multiple locations, or you just have a 2 or 3 car garage system, you can have it all set up there. Now, let's hop into the back of the vehicle and we'll get this wrapped up. Now, right over here, you're going to see that everything is designed here for comfort. The way that the seats are designed, the curvature around them, not only do we have safety components like the side airbags on each side of the seat, as well as in the fronts, but we also have that same styling of perforation towards the back. And everything for safety components, if you have kiddos, are going to be labeled right on there for you to go ahead and connect onto the child safety locks. Now, for added convenience, we have, to divide the back seat, a little console system here that will have its cup holders as well as additional storage right towards the back. So just in case, whether you have clients, whether you have kids that are driving with you, they have a place to store a couple of things. Now, one of the cool things here is a lot of vehicles like this, especially luxury vehicles, either are used for transportation for clients, or, if you have your family and you're driving around, they have a lot of connectivity for this car. Not only do we have the 4G LTE Wi-Fi, but we keep your guys' mind focused when it comes to charging ports here. So towards the back, we're gonna have the aspect of our 12-volt adapter there, and then your 110. This will allow you to go ahead and take laptops, iPads, and many other devices to charge. And last but not least, you'll have storage compartments on both seats. So as you can see, everything is there to be able to simplify things for the people in the back, keep them comfortable, so on and so forth. Follow me. This kind of concludes the introduction to the Buick LaCrosse. Now, if you haven't been inside of it or taken it on a drive, you're really not doing yourself justice here. You want to make sure to come on in and check it out for yourself. I hope this information was useful for you guys. A couple disclaimers real quick. Head on this way. Right now, we're in the month of January. This is going to be on YouTube, so people are going to see this probably at any time of the year. Whether you're looking for a new or used car, whether it's 2021 and you're looking at a 19 LaCrosse, we wanted to let you know that this video here has an exclusive offer For January, for the month of January, from the 1st till the 31st, we're going to have a total of savings at the Ed Bozarth location for $10,000. That offer does expire after the 30 days. So if you see this video afterwards, unfortunately, you either missed out or we may have to wait for a later time. But if you just need to get your hands on one, heck, I couldn't blame you either. So at any point, give me a call, 970-623-5683, or visit my Facebook page or YouTube page to look at other video tutorials. And we'll be diving into a lot more information on our next episode. Talk to you guys later.